Are you in town for good?
I expect to be here, but not for good. Anytime you got nothing to do and plenty of time to do it, come up and see me. Listen, my friend, you're all right to play around with, but as a husband, you'd get in my hair. Besides, we're intellectual opposites.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm intellectual and you're opposite. When a guy's no good, never was any good, never will be any good. He was born that way. His mother should have thrown him away and kept the stork.
Johnny went down to St. Louis, a new horse and buggy to buy. Johnny met a blonde in a hotel, and her name was Nellie Bly. He was Frankie's man, but he done her wrong.
Frankie, what do you want here?
I want you, you rat.
Say now, listen here, dearie, you can't.
Shut up, why, you filthy little piece of St. Louis River scum. Do you want me to knock you apart?
Johnny, are you going to let her talk to me like that? I'm a ladies' tea. I won't have it, I tell you. I'll call the cops, I will.
Beat it, sister, before I kick your teeth out. Come on, scram.
Oh, I'm going.
Now, you. Take a good look at this, you two-timing, double-crossing bum.
Frankie, ain't I been good to you, Frankie? Ain't I bought you presents? Ain't I give you a bracelet and a ring? Didn't I?
Yeah, you sure did. $6 worth of cheap trash. 6 lousy dollars worth. Just enough to buy this hardware, see? Pretty, ain't it?
Don't shoot, Frankie, don't! Frankie!
Big, too, ain't it? And hot, John Dalton. Big enough and hot enough to burn a hole through your rotten heart.
Frankie!
Say your prayers if you know any.
He was a man, he was a man, he was a man. He done a wrong, he done a wrong, he done him wrong.
I swear I shall make you happy. I shall die to make you happy.
But you wouldn't be much use to me dead.
Every man in town is at my feet.
At your feet. I'd rather have them around my neck. The diamonds are singing the choir. The choir lost.
You know, I like to get around and travel. And believe me, I've been places and seen things.
Oh, yeah? Well, I've been things and seen places. Sort of evens us up, huh?
Oh, Mr. Deep Blue Sea, what have you done to me?
It's better to be looked over than overlooked.
I changed my mind.
Yeah? Does it work any better?
Addition is when you take one thing and add it to another, and you get 2. 2 and 2 is 4, and 5 will get you 10 if you know how to work it. Well, anyway, it all adds up in the end. And that, my dear young man, is addition.
When I'm caught between 2 evils, I generally like to take the one I never tried.
Look, darling, you need a rest, and so do I. Let me take you away somewhere. Well...
Would you call that a rest?
What are you thinking about?
Same thing you are. Take a look at this, Gus, and learn something.
I'm delighted. I have heard so much about you.
Yeah, but you can't prove it. Too much of a good thing can be wonderful. Yeah, for a long time I was ashamed of the way I lived.
You mean to say you're reformed?
No, I got over being ashamed.
I've the tiniest confession. I distinctly loathe this oppression. Since I only have one life, I have my 11th. Well, I've clowned around a lot. Well, I found what hits the spot. If I've something good to give, I want it given. Now those censors say I'm naughty and no dice. But I've heard it said what's naughty can't be nice. It's not what I say, it's the way that I say it. That's all, brother, that's all. It's not what I play, it's the way that I play it. That's all, brother, that's all. Now they may picture me as little Snow White. With 7 dwarfs to entertain, I should do alright. But should I ask to concentrate on 1 dwarf a night? That's all, brother, that's all.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
I don't know, but it saves an awful lot of time.
How do you do it on your salary?
It's a gift, honey. It's a gift.
All right. I guess I have to stay on and look after the cattle and the men for you.
Just the cattle. I'll take care of the men.
I met so many who have fascinating ways, a fascinating gaze in their eyes. Some that took me up to the skies, but their attempts at love
diamonds. Goodness had nothing to do with it, dearie.
Will you tell us what types of men you prefer?
Just two, domestic and foreign.
We're in Havana for a night.
Yes, I think we've established
And I was
that.
happy in your arms.
It was a pleasant occasion.
Yes, it was heaven for a night.
I was in a tight spot, but I managed to wiggle out of it.
Mr. Brooks sure been good to you. Wasn't you just a bit nervous when he gave you all those presents?
Why, no. I was calm and collected.
Hey, honey. When I make love, do I make love?
What, are you asking me or telling me?
Where have I seen your lovely face before?
Same place you see it now.
So, what do you think of our men in uniform?
Personally, I prefer a man out of uniform. The faster, the better.
Oh.
I'll take it big and small, red and blue and short and tall, lots of men, men. I love them in the winter and I love them in the fall, but when they're on my shades long, I love them best of all. I'll do the yabba dan, I'll do the yabba yabba for my man. I'm your man. I'll take my time to shake it, make it, break it, I don't fake it for my man. I'm your man. Easy now, take your time, yeah, yeah.
I'm your man. Oh, we're kidding. I'm your man.
Do you mind if I get personal?
Go right ahead. I don't mind if you get familiar.
I'll take them big and small, red and blue and short and tall, lots of men. Foreign languages.
Just two, English and body.
I'll get those politicians and all those guys who make war. I'll give them casual conversation behind a big locked door. Oh, peace at a certain price.
My goodness!
We can't have that here at the United Nations.
Oh, why not?
Well, I mean, it's just not done.
Oh, it's done if I do it.
Good heavens, you're really turning me on.
That's what I want to do.
Why, you're ruffling my papers.
Oh, wow. Did you boys have guns in your pockets, or were you just happy to see me?
I like to go out with a sophisticated man.
I'm not really that sophisticated.
You're not really out yet either.
Speaking of relatives, my dear, have your ancestors ever been traced?
Yes, but they were too smart. They couldn't catch them.
I must have you. Your golden hair, your fascinating eyes, your ruby lips, your lovely arms, your form divine.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. Is this a proposal or a taking inventory? And don't forget, come up and see me sometime.